What's up, guys? I'm Jules. Thank you for coming back for another weekly update of the cross stitch channel that I've had for, oh, I don't know, 5 years or something like that now. But I hope you guys are having a good week. It is Tuesday night. That's why I am more peppy and I have more excitement. And it's also why I'm dressed up. Actually, I'm not dressed up. I'm just wearing my blues robe because it's a little chilly in the house. I also have my blues banner that I just pulled out of a box, so it's still a little wrinkled, a little roly-poly. But this is the from when they won the Stanley Cup. I'm so proud. But I was so tired last week that I forgot to mention to you guys that I'm still waiting on getting my stuff back from the framers, and that is all my fault. I have a new phone, and said new phone. Hold on, that's Dookie. Okay, I'm back. So you know the old I don't know, old cartoons or whatever, when you'd see like somebody behind bars and they'd have their cup and they just go back and forth. Dookie does that with his water bowl, where if it's empty, he lets everybody know that it's empty, and he goes in, he basically jumps into it and just starts digging in it and makes a lot of noise, don't you, Doogie? And so, yeah, so that was him telling us that his water was empty. So he's, you know, we all just work for him basically here. Framing. So I have this new phone, which I didn't realize. I didn't realize that I had had to go search for my voicemails. In my old phone, my voicemails, it would just pop up when I had a voicemail, so I just would know it. And I guess I don't have notifications, or I've got to dig into it a little bit. And I was thinking to myself, you know, I've not gotten a new voicemail on this phone. I've had the phone for like a month. I bet there's probably something there. And there was a message from the framing shop, and the framing for, which one did I do? Torn Dress, all that framing is done, but for Twin Towers, they actually ran out of the specific kind of frame that I wanted. So they had left me a message and asked a question about could they substitute, or we wait for the order to come in which case it's going to be a couple more months. So I finally remembered to call them back today and told them to, you know, just choose what you think is good, and I'm sure that'll be at least as good as anything, if not quite better than anything that I'll come up with. So anyway, that hopefully will get done soon, and maybe by next Wednesday we'll have that. We'll see. So I finally remembered to print out the actual, what do you call it, cover photos of all my projects, so you guys can actually see what they look like. And this thing is going to slowly tilt. So if you notice it tilting while I'm talking, it's going to pop right off. But, okay. So anyway, so let me just go by what's on the front here. So Sun Worship, this is one of the ones that I'm working on right now, and I love it because of it's very, very colorful. You know, you guys know me, I don't do a lot of color, so let me track this down. Where did I put it? Doogie, I gotta do your nails. That's all you're reminding me, is that I gotta do your nails, because I just hear them clicking all over the place. Yeah, I gotta do your nails. So anyway, so this is as far as I've gotten done on Sun Worship. So if you go back and look, kind of, so it's this far corner with the orange, and this the first part of the sun. So I like it. Hey, Mikey, I got about 500 stitches done this week on this one. I got a lot more stitching done this week than I have gotten done in a bit. Now, I also started on this one monochrome piece. You can't tell what it is because I've only gotten, I think I did about 200 stitches on this, and I just started working on it last night a little bit, so you can't really tell what it is, but this is what it is. It's a cowboy, and it's monochrome cross stitch, which basically means that what you see here is just going to be black floss. I use 310 DMC on white fabric, and so as you stitch, and this right here is that part of the hat right there. So I mean, it's a lot of stitching. It's a lot of stitching in the beginning. All this hat is really dark. There's thousands of stitches there, but I'm gonna just work on it top to bottom. I'm gonna just try and fit it in when I can and just get some stitching done on it because I really like it. It's one of my favorite designs that I've done. Came out really, really good, and I think it's gonna be something that will be a really cool work of cross stitch art when you're done. I'm gonna grab another type of hair. So the next one I want to show you guys is the Lady Liberty. This is the one that I've gotten a little bit done on it, not a ton. In fact, it's back on the frame here, so it's just the top part of the circle. So top part of the circle. Oh, sorry. Okay. Top part of the circle, and so that's as far as I've gotten, really. But this one will come together pretty quickly once I just spend some more time stitching on it. I spent most of my time this past week stitching on two projects. One is Mother's Love, which that's what this one looks like. The pink one that I've been working on. And I'm really just over in this area, just doing all this pink. Am I? Yeah, I am. Doing all this pink up here. Hold on, let me show you. Here we go. That's kind of what it looks like. I think I did about 800-900 stitches on this one this week. So I got a lot done. And I'm almost, this right here, I think halfway is like about right there. So that's kind of neat to be on my first page across, straight down column. And then finally, we've got Empire State Workers. And that's what this one looks like. Now, as a caveat, on this is again my design, but I'm not actually going to stitch. I don't think I'm going to stitch the stuff up behind the guys. I'm going to leave like those cloudy kind of things there, but I am going to do underneath. And I'm going to get all that stitching done. In fact, I actually started working on it on that part of the stitch. I got easily over 1,000 stitches done this week. So I got the next guy has popped into our little crowd of guys here, but there we go. I'm looking through the fabric. So those are those two guys there. But I also came back and I started filling in some of the stuff below these guys. And I want to do a little bit of this every week because it's going to look at first just can't tell what it is. Just a bunch of black, stitches on white. And so, but once more of it gets put in, you see more of a perspective. It will look like this stuff down here. It's going to start by not looking like a whole lot of anything at first, and then as we get down to the more recent guys, this building underneath is going to pop up a bit more for them. So super happy about that. Super happy. But I'm glad I finally got the pictures done. I mean, it's such a silly thing, but I got them done. Now all these patterns that I'm doing now, if you haven't watched me for a while, you're probably like, what happened to all those old patterns that you had, the Rainy Waterloo Place and the Old World Map and all that. And those are things that I still want to do, that I still want to work on. It's just right now, I'm just kind of focused on getting my own stuff done, at least to a point where I can display it and people can actually see what my pieces look like. So otherwise, I feel like I'm just kind of spinning in the air, spinning in the wind, spinning in the, I don't know, something, spinning in the stream. Not sure. I think that's about it. I told you about the member. Oh, and then I have been working pretty diligently. Not all of them are in here, but I got all my newly bobbinated floss that I said I was going to work on. I got that worked on. And another thing to show you guys is my cone. Do you remember how big this cone of 310 was when I first got it? It was huge. And now look. At some point, I'm going to have to get another cone. Not quite yet, but with two monochromatic pieces that use just this, yeah, going to get to a point where I need more of that. But having the cone was really great because before, like when I was working on Ronnie Rowe's great pieces. When I was working on his stuff and using a bunch of 310, I was just using like skeins of 310. But this is so much easier. Keep everything squared away. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm only using the roller frame for the Lady Liberty piece, and keep that there. Now I am using the Nurge for, I'm using it when I'm working on Mother's Love, the 25 count piece, and right now that's about it. It's harder to work on it with like the Nurge with the bigger fabric, primarily just because it's just a lot of fabric to hold while you're trying to also stitch. It kind of tends to kind of get in the way, and even though you might try and block it with your arm, it doesn't always work really well. So I've kind of gone back to just using plain old plastic hoops again. What goes around comes around. Sometimes it's just easier to pick up a piece when it's put in a hoop and you're just going at it. So, all right. Other than that, I think we're set. Couple weeks to 3 weeks. 3 weeks. No, 2 weeks. I don't know. Whenever Thanksgiving is, it's coming up. I can't figure. It's November 9th, and I can't figure out when Thanksgiving is. I know it's later in the month this time, but oh well. Can't wait for 2022. It's going to be a much better year. I mean, 2021 was way better than 2020. 2022 is going to be even better. So, but anyway, that's me. That's me this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you're doing well and you're making lots of great progress on your stitching. I think it's awesome. And yeah, I think that's it. So take care, and I'll see y'all really soon if I can figure out. Oh, I'm using my mouse to try to like get something to pop up on my phone. Getting old, man. Getting old.